Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Thursday, the 14th of February. So it's a very happy Valentine's Day to all those ladies out there. Oh, sorry, and to the blokes, of course. Right, okay, so looking at the euro dollar and, bouncing along the lows here at the moment on a daily picture. Where to? Well, there's a bit of divergence sitting here on the 4 hourlies. Now, we'll see how, if this works out. It really does need to break up and push up quite a bit higher for me to be convinced that we're going to see a reversal here. It's, I mean, yesterday's sell-off was pretty, it just kept on going, didn't it? A little spike at 11 o'clock, but the rest of it was down, 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 and it's not necessarily that convincing from now at this stage. So at the moment, I'm looking at the sort of lows here across these two low points and seeing if it starts breaking down. If it does, well, it could be heading towards back towards the low, the S1. If it can push up and get above the 60-minute 50, well, we could be on towards yesterday's highs, certainly the R1 and maybe that 200 at 60-minute 200. I'm not overly convinced on it because of the softness of the euro in general and the high number of retail clients that have been sitting in it long. At the moment, I'm just having a look to see what the figures are. 72% long. As long as it stays that long, well, eventually they may be right, but stop clock's right twice a day, isn't it? And well, they may be right at some point, but really, I would prefer the downside with the trend, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, that's the euro dollar. Not much else to say there. Euro dollar to pound dollar then. Okay, so the pound dollar, well, yesterday we got up to near enough up to the weekly pivot. It ran into, let's come back a little bit here. So yesterday it did pitch in the right sort of direction yesterday and then sold off, but it's put that really shooting starry sort of candle in there, quite bearish looking. Not convincing. Did catch the 4 hourly 50, didn't quite get the weekly pivot. But sold off thereafter, sitting here at the moment and looking to me like it really, again, even though if it comes down to a sort of double bottom area, it'll be double divergence. I'm not so convinced again. Just short so far, missing out on its daily pivot here. We'll see how it runs post 8 o'clock. If it runs up to that level, fine. If it breaks it, well, then I start becoming a little erring on the bullish side with a smaller position, but at the moment, I prefer that downside towards the S1. Okay, dollar yen. Dollar yen still pushing upwards here at the moment, and preferences in that direction. Solid day yesterday, relatively. Not a lot to mention there. It's just really waiting for retracements, and the retracements are quite shallow at the moment. The 4 hourly 8 seem to be just about it. If you may get into it, 60-minute 21 has got the daily pivot below, may draw it down a little bit more. It's almost, well, sort of double topping where it is at the moment with a bit of divergence over it. It's not quite pitched up on this current bar high enough, but all the same, it looks like it's got a bit of weakness there at the moment, which may see it pop back over, but it could be a buy into the pivot if it gets there. Just watch the reaction to it, but for a continuation, looking back towards the R1. Okay, things always can change during the day, of course, and you have to allow for that, but this is how I'm seeing it at the moment. Aussie dollar's had a shove up this morning. I was looking to see if there's any real reason for that. It may be helped by the Chinese trade balance, which was amazingly positive. The biggest shocker in the Chinese data was the low imports from the US, which looks like Trump's really shot himself in the foot there, because there's a real anti-US buying system going on there, yet exports are still happening. And okay, they dropped the value of the yen, the renminbi even, and it's not made a big difference, has it? Inflation in the US didn't pop up particularly with them buying their Chinese content, so in fact it fell yesterday. So it doesn't look like it's really worked too well. Anyway, it hasn't had the effect that may be expected, so we'll see. But for now, looking at the Aussie dollar pushing up, as I say, probably benefiting from that data a little bit there. Where to from here? Well, it's hit the air kiss the weekly pivot. If it can get back up there, it'd be good. But I'm looking down at the 60-minute, thinking this may still roll. The only thing is, already done the daily pivot, the R1. Range-wise, it might just pull back into range from where it is this morning. So wouldn't be looking to trade it, but I think it could roll. Okay, Canadian dollar. So I was looking for a bit more rollover, follow through yesterday where it occurred, but not for long. Still sort of sitting there, still got some potential back towards this daily 200. As I said, the Canadian dollar's the sort of, from my analysis and fundamental analysis, it's got some of the better potential for some movement, but well, I was just checking the data. There's nothing there to really affect it too much today. Oh, have we got a speaker? No. Yeah, no. Manufacturing sales out 130, so not a great deal, but it's still a key number. If we break this 4-hourly 50, well, in the bigger picture, it could be on for further downside, maybe towards that weekly S1 at some point. But I'm just sort of looking at other areas of support around about 31.50. 32 obviously in the short term is a round number, and found support there before, resistance around that sort of area as a pivotal area, so it could roll over. We'll see how that runs later. Right, that's pretty much it. News wise today, we've got at 9:30 we've got the MPC Bank of England member speaking. Let's just check what he's talking about. Due to speak about the economic outlook and monetary policy at the Resolution Foundation in London. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, we could get a more detailed feeling from him. So at 9:30, you've got the German for the the European flash GDP data coming out at 10. The individuals have been reporting, so I don't think that'd be a great shock at that 10 o'clock news. 130 CAD manufacturing sales, and US core retail sales, and producer price index, a bit of inflationary numbers coming through there, and retail sales. So there we go. Not a massive day on the news front, but maybe a bit to spur things on later. Have a great one. Bye for now.